It seems like the more you try to catch her, the farther away she gets. Why does this happen? It's not that she's uninterested or beyond your capabilities. It's that you're committing a minor yet impactful error that immediately stifles attraction. Stay tuned, because I'm about to explain why this happens and how you can change things to make her notice you in a way she has never done before. Before we start, I want to give a shout-out to my amazing members, Robert Rea and Gary Tabber. Thanks for your support. Let's talk about it again. Section 1 covers the science of overcare. To begin, let us look at the basics. Our minds are naturally inclined to seek out rare and valuable things. If you show too much interest in a woman too soon, you send her the message that your attention is simple to get, and therefore less valuable. Think about it. When someone gives something away for free, they don't think it's worth getting. This idea also applies to relationships. Let's look at the psychological principle of scarcity. Behavioral psychology studies show that people naturally give more value to things that are difficult to get or rare. For example, let's say you're shopping and you find two goods that are very similar. One item has a label that reads limited edition, while another bears the label part of a permanent collection. Which sign do you find more intriguing? This also applies to how we value people, particularly when your attention is engaged. The science of over-attention. When she gets it without earning it, it feels like the second product that's always there, and less exciting because of too much research and constant praise. When she texts or calls you excessively, it deprives her of the opportunity to wonder about you. She builds attraction during this wondering phase, where she wonders if you're interested in her or if she's done enough to get your attention. Mystery is a key driver of interest, and when you take it away by being too available, you put out the spark. Think about how attraction works. It also applies to other aspects of life. Consider a movie trailer that provides a comprehensive overview of the plot. Does knowing what will happen make you want to watch the movie more or lose its appeal? In relationships, the same thing happens. If a woman thinks she knows everything about you and your level of interest in her, her excitement goes down. Instead of giving her too much care, try to find a balance. Give her time to miss you, think about you, and ask herself where she stands with you. This doesn't mean being sneaky or manipulative. It means valuing your own time and energy by making her earn your attention. Showing that you value and respect yourself makes you more attractive. Second part, how Stoic detachment can help you. Stoicism tells us that we are truly strong when we control our emotions and stay at peace. This theory distinguishes detachment from outcomes from indifference. It means keeping your inner stability no matter what happens in relationships. Being tough can be your secret tool. Men who are confident and in control of their emotions naturally attract women. This doesn't mean being emotionless, but rather showing that your happiness and sense of self-worth aren't based on her actions or approval. If you exhibit excessive interest, you run the risk of appearing overly reliant on her approval, which may cause her to feel stifled and overwhelmed, leading her to withdraw. Have you ever been chased? Power of Stoic detachment by a lost dog. The harder it tries to catch you, the more you want to get away from it. The same thing happens when you're chasing a woman. The harder you try to catch her, the more she wants to run away. Stoicism changes this dynamic by adopting detached attachment. Focusing on yourself again makes you the center of your own world. This leads to a pull rather than a stoic push. Detachment also enables you to cultivate an abundance mindset. You begin to believe that your worth is independent of anyone else's opinion of you, instead of focusing on one woman and worrying about rejection. When you see things this way, your relationships with others become more natural and relaxed. Women can discern when a man is genuinely content with himself, and it's a truly beautiful sight. Start by changing your view of rejection from a personal failure. As a normal part of life, not every woman will be right for you. That's okay. When you stop needing her approval, you become a man who attracts and retains women. Attractions based on passion and goals. One of the most overlooked parts of attraction is how a man's goal affects how attractive he is. Men who are passionate about their goals and work hard to achieve them naturally attract women. When you only pay attention to a woman, you send the message that you don't care about other people. The idea that she should be the source of your happiness can be a huge turn-off because it puts too much pressure on her. Instead, prioritize your purpose and admire men who love their jobs. Activities or growth as a person. It's difficult to ignore these men's confidence and independence. Women want to be a part of your life, but not the whole thing. When you're pursuing something bigger than yourself, your energy spreads, and people, including women, want to be around you. Ask yourself what your passions are. If you don't have a clear answer, write down what makes you get out of bed in the morning. Now is the time to start looking into how investing in yourself will make you feel less compelled to overcompensate in relationships. Changing your focus makes you more attractive and keeps you true to yourself in a relationship. Never forget that the most attractive men make women question their lives, not those who only want her attention. By giving yourself a strong sense of purpose, you naturally create a situation where she wants to earn a place in your life instead of you always trying to get hers. 4. Master the art of balancing surprise and interest. It's beneficial to be interested, but it's important to do it in a way that leaves something off. Many men make two mistakes in this situation. They either show excessive attention to a woman or appear uninterested, neither of which is effective. The ideal scenario involves demonstrating a level of interest in her that signals your liking, while maintaining a sufficient distance to sustain her interest. The same as planting a seed. Too much water kills it, but too little water grows it. Withers. The same rule applies to relationships. It's not about how much care you give, it's how much you give that matters. A well-timed compliment or a thoughtful text goes a long way. Also, learn how powerful silence can be. Saying less can be very effective. For example, when she asks about your day, don't go into too much detail. Instead, keep your answers short and leave her wanting to know more. This subtle air of mystery keeps things intriguing and keeps her from thinking she has you completely figured out. Lastly, keep in mind that your actions carry more weight than your words. Instead of telling her how much you like her all the time, show it through your behavior. This could mean being dependable, keeping your promises, and respecting her boundaries. When your actions match your words, it builds trust and solidifies your worth in her eyes. So what do we learn from this? Keeping interest and mystery in check. Women don't respond to men who are too interested because it throws off the natural balance of attraction. But if you practice Stoicism, embrace your purpose, and master the balance between interest and mystery, you can change the situation to your advantage. Don't play games with your attractiveness. Instead, be the best version of yourself. People will value your time and attention. Pay attention to your goals and show her that being with you is a gift, not a right. Now here's your challenge. Take one step every day to turn your attention inward, whether it's starting a new hobby, setting a personal goal, or just practicing silence in your conversations. Start living the kind of life that naturally attracts other people. Once you master this way of thinking, you'll not only attract women, you'll make them want to stay. Why does too much interest feel fake to women? If you show too much interest too quickly, it can feel fake to her. Think about it. How can someone know they're in love or interested in someone without connecting with them? If you constantly seek her attention or give her lots of compliments, It might seem like you're more interested in winning her over than in getting to know and appreciate who she is. This puts pressure on her, instead of letting her feel free and naturally drawn to you. Your actions may come across as fake, as if you're trying to impress her. There are things you need to do to get her approval. Women possess a keen sense of intuition, identifying instances of forced or highly planned behavior. Authenticity is the cure for this. Don't try to show her how valuable you are by making big moves or giving her too much attention. Instead, step back and let her experience the real you at her own pace. Being genuine doesn't mean trying to convince someone of your worth. It means letting your worth speak for itself. When you focus on being genuine, your actions will naturally match your intentions, which builds trust and mutual respect. Section 7. The role of emotional independence in attraction. Emotional independence is one of the most attractive traits a man can have. Women naturally like guys who can take care of themselves and feel emotionally safe. If you're always looking for approval, you might not attract women. Emotional independence or reassurance from her indicates a lack of self-worth. For example, let's say you text her several times a day not because you have something important to say, but because you need her response to feel safe. This dependence on her for emotional stability can be overwhelming for her. Women want to feel wanted, not needed, to develop emotional independence. Try to make a life for yourself that is satisfying outside of relationships. Enjoy hobbies. By ensuring that your happiness is not solely dependent on her, you enable her to be with you without the burden of fulfilling all your emotional needs. Set goals and keep a strong network of friends and family. She wants to stand with you because independence shows her you can stand alone. Section 8. The importance of body language. When it comes to attraction, what you say is only half of the story. Communication without words. Your tone of voice, body language, and the way you walk around often say more than what you say. If your actions scream, "I need your attention," she'll pick that up, even if you're saying all the right things. For example, leaning in too much when you talk to her, making too much eye contact, or constantly wanting to be close to her can come across as needy. Work on having calm confidence. Keep your back straight. Naturally take up space and move in ways that show you are calm and sure of yourself. You can send a powerful message without speaking by being alone with your thoughts. A lot of men feel like they need to fill every void in the conversation, but silence can actually add wonder and confidence. It shows you're comfortable and no longer worried about losing her attention. It takes time to get proficient at non-verbal speech, but it's a skill that you should work on. Women will notice small changes in the way you show yourself and the signals you send without even realizing it. Over time, these changes can have a big effect on how women see you. Part 9. Why she values what she gets. There's a psychological principle called the IKEA effect, which suggests that people place higher value on things they've put effort into creating. This applies to relationships as well. When a woman feels like she's had to earn your attention or affection, she values it far more than if it's handed to her without any effort by constantly showering her with attention. You're removing her opportunity to invest in the relationship instead of feeling like a partner who has contributed to the connection. She may feel like a passive recipient, which can lead to boredom or even resentment. To create a dynamic where she values your attention. Allow her to contribute. Let her make the effort to reach out, plan dates, or show her interest in you. This doesn't mean withholding affection or playing hard to get. It's about creating a balanced relationship where both parties invest equally. When she feels like she's earned your attention, it becomes a prize worth cherishing, not something she takes for granted. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe for more valuable insights. Have a wonderful trip.